Ivory Coast will blow Egypt over convincingly.
I see this game going to penalties.
I feel like if you chain Iwobi,
Sort of chain him. At the knockout stage, we've already seen some very big results. Senegal booked the quarterfinal place with a 3-1 win over Sudan, showing once again, why they are considered one of the most balanced team in the tournament, and people were also gunning for the cup. Nigeria made a strong statement with the 4-0 win over Mozambique, looking sharp going forward. Even if the sparks that we saw between Ademola and Lukman almost took away from the win, because that was what people were talking about, not the 4-0 win, right? Cameroon also moved on with a 2-0 win against South Africa, which
it was
shocking. Was it 2-1 or 2-0?
I think it was 2-1. South Africa scored.
Cameroon won, which I would say was a bit shocking because they are both good teams, right? But Cameroon had the day, and then Egypt, led by Mohamed Salah, also had to go into extra time to beat Benin Republic 3-1. And then now looking to the quarterfinals, we have some very, very juicy games. Right?
Matchup.
This is typical. While I'm not even saying that one competition is superior to the other, but this is typically what you get in like Champions League football. The big guns going head to head against each other, and then these games will be played on the 9th and on the 10th. And the first set of games will be between Mali and Senegal and Cameroon and Morocco. What are your thoughts? Who is going to? Will Mali? First of all, the Mali and Senegal game I know is going to be very physical, and because they are both very strong, structured, good teams and all of that. Cameroon, Morocco, I think is going to be more tactical than physical. The Moroccans are more tactical than being a physical team. Cameroon is physical and tactical at the same time. So, what do you think? Mali, Senegal, Morocco, Cameroon.
Mali have not won any match so far. They've always the drill.
Are they not the only team who qualified with 3 points or something like that?
Without winning.
There's also one team that qualified without scoring any goal, the own goal or something like that, or that got to the last round without scoring any goal actually, except an own goal.
So, but do you want to address the Mali team first, or I should go?
Mali, Senegal. Yeah, I can. Considering that Mali have not actually won any match in 90 minutes, and can we also see the head-to-head between these two?
Yes, of course.
So
okay, continue.
Well, there's not a lot of information. Last time they played was in 2014 also.
It was a draw.
Yeah.
But Senegal have had different type of games, and they've come out on top. They've been fantastic, and they have really strong and passionate set of players. For Mali, they have a good manager, right? But he hasn't. Interestingly, their flags look pretty much the same.
Yeah,
for the
there's a star in between. Yeah.
So I will give it to Senegal to go into the semi-finals. And also historically, Senegal, they've also had good successes in AFCON in recent times. So
yeah,
Senegal to win this.
Jackson has also had some form, so yeah.
Yeah, he has scored 2 goals in the tournament so far.
Very good goals.
So very good goals, yeah.
If I have to react to the okay. But
please go ahead,
Brown. Go ahead.
Please, if I have to react to the Mali-Senegal game, like you guys rightly mentioned earlier, Mali is here to win a single game outrightly in this tournament, and then, leading up to the earlier round. But I feel like both teams have, they play a very similar type of games, very high pressing, very physical teams, and all of that. And then, the Malian coach, Tom Seifold, is doing a very good job with the Malian team, because I think in 2021 he did something similar with the Gambia, where they got up to the quarterfinal stage, and here he is again with the Malian team. But the thing now with the Malian team is that you can't sit back like you've done against the likes of Tunisia, because Tunisia was not a good team in terms of players up front. They didn't really have prolific strikers up front that would get the goals and all that. So defending against teams like that can come off as being successful. But they can't do this against Senegal because Senegal pose a plethora of excellent strikers, that are also firing up front. So they can't do that against Senegal. And then I expect Coach Tom Seifert to do things like bringing on players like Sangare to start this game because he's playing that guy. So most of the time he comes off the bench. So that guy should start in midfield where he is supposed to start. And then you see players like then Douglas Nene, who are supposed to, in my opinion, start games like this because it's going to be a very difficult game. So if you have players like Dogolis Nene starting on the left wing, it will create a lot of room for Mali to stretch the game against Senegal. So these are some of the things you can do, and then bringing with the prowess of right back in the person of Amari Traore, he can also pose a lot of threat, bumping up and down that right wing as well. So I think Tom Seifeld, these are kind of like the things he can do to actually give them a very good chance against an excellent team like Senegal. Then when you look at the Senegalese team, I mean, Papi Dial has done a fantastic job with this team, because every AFCON in the last, say, 3 editions that Senegal have appeared in, they have been fantastic. They are not just a team you just whitewash, they've been very good. And then, if not because they've had players like Nicholas Jackson, who doesn't, in some cases, take his chances up front, I feel like they would have scored more goals. But one thing that Senegal cannot do against the Malian team in this situation is coming from behind. Like, if you remember in their game against DR Congo, they were 1 goal down and then they had to come from behind to win that one. In the game against Sudan, it was similar. They had to come from behind to win that one. These are things they cannot do against a Malian team who is comfortable sitting at the back. So if you concede against a team like Mali, they will make life difficult for you because they will just sit at the back and watch you run all and just do what you want to do, and then they will just remain. So at the end of the day, Senegalese team, beyond the players that are starting up front, they also have a very good quality bench that can come on and then make changes in the game.
So what
But
do you
at
think
the
the
end,
scoreline will be?
I think Senegal, I see them winning this one by 3 goals to 1. I see Senegal
Okay.
coming on top of
Shola,
this
did
one.
you give us a scoreline?
I just said Senegal was going to win.
Okay.
I didn't particularly give a scoreline, but with AFCON, we've seen AFCON getting more and more interesting. Previously, it used to be very tough to even have one goal in AFCON,
Yeah, there's a
but
lot of
now
goals
we are
actually.
seeing a lot of goals, 3-0. The other day, Nigeria defeated Mozambique with 4 goals to
4-0.
nil.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, 3-1 seems accurate in my view. 3-1 to Senegal.
Anyway, what do you guys want to just go through quickly? Just give us okay. Anyway, tell us your thoughts about Mali and Senegal. Then we'll move on to Cameroon and Morocco.
So, so Mali and Senegal, just do a short one on that. Senegal, they've met a couple of times, and Senegal, they've won more than 50% of the games. And due to their recent form, I don't think they've lost any game at the AFCON. I just see them winning Mali. Of course, it's going to be a slightly difficult match due to the tactics that the Malian team might want to bring out. So maybe 2-1 Senegal.
What
Of
did you
course,
say?
it has
2-1.
well, yeah, 2-1 to Senegal.
Okay. And now to Cameroon, Morocco. We'll start with you away.
So, this is going to be another difficult game. Morocco is the host nation, of course. The fans would be behind them. Cameroon too is another very strong contender. They've won the AFCON, and I see this game maybe going to penalties. I see this game going to penalties, 1-1 full time draw, and it would go to penalties. Then I honestly don't know who would win. Well, I see this game going to penalties.
Okay. Shola.
I also see the game going to penalties. Morocco didn't do enough to kill off. That's one word we don't say.
Okay.
Morocco didn't do enough to finish off Tanzania, considering the same Tanzania that Nigeria played in the group stage. Tanzania had like moments where they could have caused really some harms to the Moroccan team. and they even had like a penalty that wasn't given. So I mean, to narrowly win Tanzania as the host nation, that doesn't sit too well with me with this Moroccan's team. That's why, and I also know that they have like really, really quality players, right? They have Brahim, they have
Yeah,
Hakimi.
Brahim series.
So, and Cameroon also have like good
Yeah,
players, you
very,
know.
very good team.
In
Very
a
solid team
notable
as well.
one is Baleba, who is going to join United very soon.
Abayao.
Uh, they don't have they don't have Onana, so
Oh,
and they
Onana is
have this
now out.
num
So I think
Onana
this
is
guy
not the
actually,
main
this guy sent him
goalkeeper
away.
for them. Yeah, Sabeloto. I think there
Eto
was like
is
some
very
yeah,
stern on that team. Eh?
yeah. And they have this number two guy that scored. He has scored like I think 2 or 3 goals for them now. He scored against Ivory Coast.
Let's see
He
the.
also scored, I think, in their last match.
Okay, that came that their left back that came
Right, right back, I think, right
Let's
came
see
back.
from
the
that
head to
flank and ran
the
the
head to
goal
head.
fit.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, a draw. I see a draw. I see them going to penalties, and
So
then
the head to head say differently.
forget about the head to head, because this Cameroonian team is different. You know,
Well,
Samuelito has done a very good job with this team.
I agree with you.
Like,
I agree.
yes, yeah, they have way more quality players now. Even against Ivory Coast, they could have won that game. So it just seems like a good one, like a fair result, right? But they could have actually won that game against the Ivory Coast, despite the threat of Amad Diallo and the threat of Kessie. They were able to manage that free scoring Ivory Coast team as well. So with Morocco, I think the only hedge I see that this Moroccan team has over the Cameroonians is just because they are the host nation, and you know the emotional aspect of
They
of
held on their
this, the
side.
psychological aspect of this. You know, we cannot underestimate what that
They
can
probably
give
have
you
more
on
fans
the.
in they have more fans in the stadium
They
too. So
probably
yeah.
also have more fans in the stadium. So, and also you never know in Africa. You know, maybe the referee is scared that he wants.
I mean, I don't want to speak about this, but it's something that I noticed during the group stages where I wouldn't say too much so that it doesn't sound somehow, where you
Yeah,
find referees between two parts of Africa. The referees, their decisions are usually weird. I don't know what's going on there, but I'll just leave it there. I can agree
yeah.
with
It's
you
better to leave
that,
it there so that it doesn't undermine the integrity,
yeah,
so that it
yeah, of
doesn't
course,
undermine the integrity of our competition, because it has been a
of course.
fantastic competition, to be
Yeah, I
honest.
agree.
But
I can agree.
you know,
I can
because
agree
I
with you
mean,
that
yeah,
that the Moroccan team that they are different now. I think they've had their own golden generation with at the World Cup where they had the Sofiane Boufal, and all of those guys.
yeah,
But
yeah,
now I think they are in the rebuild stage, so it's not as fluid as it was during the World Cup. So yeah, if you ask me, I would also say that this might go to extra time and maybe penalties. Brown.
yeah.
I mean, if I have to react to the Cameroon and Morocco
Yes, you have
game,
to.
I feel like the coach of the Cameroon national side, David Pago, he has done a fantastic job with this team. You know, calling players up like Eta Yona from the Levante striker that we see in La Liga as well. So these are kind of like some of the players. You look at Frank and Magri from the German Bundesliga that is also coming through to the national team. Even though they dropped players that seemed like they are big players in the person of Abubakar and Onana for this competition,
Guys, tired legs.
Those are the old men now.
given where they currently are. I mean, Cameroon is doing a fantastic job. So I would applaud David Pagu for doing a good job with this set of guys as well. But at the end of the day, I feel like Morocco is under a lot of pressure, you know, when it comes to being the host of the team and trying to also deliver on home turf, you know. They are the one that has the pressure on their side. So there are times where they are very hot on the pitch and there are times when they are very cold. So I feel like it will also be an advantage to Morocco, given that players like Amrabat is currently out injured. And then in the first couple of games in the group stage, you would also notice that people like and their right back in Akimi, they weren't really doing as much, because we could say that that was as a result of the injury he had and he was coming out of. So I feel like the Moroccan team has more pressure on their side as compared to the Cameroonian team. So at the end of the day, ultimately the Moroccan team, they have good strikers, and then you see people like Brahim also cooking as well. I think he's doing very well in this tournament, to say the least.
I
So
think it's like the highest goal scorer or thereabout
for the
right
Moroccan
now.
national team. So at the end of the
And
day, I couldn't even argue. I couldn't agree with you guys more about this game being a stalemate. Until extra time, and even after extra time, I still see this game ending in a stalemate. Ultimately, I feel like Morocco will slightly edge out Cameroon in penalties, in the penalty shootout. But I mean, penalty is a game of chance, it's 50-50. Anybody can take it home. But I see this game being ending in a draw, and I just hope that the players like Brian Mbuemo that I earlier mentioned, you look at Frank Magri, and then hopefully people like and Danny Namaso will also come through in the attacks to also at least give Cameroon a good fighting chance. But I see this game ending in a penalty shootout. And even though I can tilt towards the Moroccan team because they are at home, I would say it's a game of 50-50 when it comes to penalties. So yeah, that's my take on
So you're not saying for sure who will win. You're not sure. You're just leaving us as so
it.
full time
Full,
overtime
full
draw.
time, extra time draw.
Overtime draw. Okay. All right.
PK.
Now we move to the next one, which is which eats
dun
home.
dun dun
Algeria,
dun 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 dun
Nigeria,
dun dun
and
dun dun
Egypt,
dun
Ivory
dun
Coast.
dun dun.
I'd like us to just run quickly through these ones in one
Okay, let me
minute
quickly
for both
let
of the
me
games.
This is revenge. This is
Just
revenge
take
time.
both the games together.
okay. For firstly, I'll go with the Egypt game. If I For the Egypt game, I mean, I feel like Egypt are the Real Madrid of African football.
But
They don't
where that
perform.
time
I
don't
mean, they don't
pass.
perform
I
very
disagree,
well.
but go ahead.
But I mean, my point exactly is that there are multiple occasions where they don't give the performances, but they end up winning
Okay,
games.
I see what
For
you mean.
that reason. So, how many times have we said that, oh, Real Madrid didn't play well? They didn't do as much as we expected of
But they
them, but
still
at the end
won.
of the day, they won. So, hence the reason why I just made that observation that they are kind
Okay,
of
I
like.
agree.
So yeah, so at the end of the day, they are not the most convincing side in this tournament, but they end up winning. And then you see people like Umar Mamouche, and Mohamed Salah, who has to do better in this competition. And then even though they ended winning, they ended up the game against South Africa on a clean sheet, but their defense, I mean, has to really really improve, because against Cote d'Ivoire, where they have good attackers like
So that's
Amad
very.
Diallo, my speed boy, that is currently doing well, and the guy from Orphanam as well. That they have been doing fantastic job. So I feel like against the Ivorians, they really really need to up their defense. Otherwise, they will be in serious trouble. And then again, if you look at the 21st century, Egypt has ended up defeating Ivory Coast every single time. If you remember in the 2006 AFCON, where they met twice, firstly in the group stage and in the finals, Cameroon lost. And then you take it back to 2008 when they met in the semis. Cameroon lost by 4 goals to 1. And then the AFCON of 2021, Cameroon lost on penalty. So Egypt has that going for them, but they really, really need to tighten their
So
defense
what do you think the scoreline will be?
against this.
Egypt,
So I
Ivory
think
Coast.
if people like Ahmad, Diamande, and Diallo and Ahmad can cook for this one, like they did against Burkina Faso, moving the balls from end to end quickly, and I see Cameroon creating an offset, and
Ivory
ultimately
Coast. Ivory Coast.
I am Ivory Coast. I see them creating an upset, and I see them winning this one by 2 goals to 1 at the end of 90.
Okay, Nigeria, Algeria, quickly.
For the Nigerian Algeria game, I mean, for me personal, this match is personal for me. I'll tell you why. Because I saw the game we played against Algeria in the 2021 AFCON.
2021, 2020,
2019. I think it was
2019. It's
2019.
2019. Yeah, it was 2019.
Wait,
Uh,
20,
I
yeah,
remember
I was
I
trying
was
to
living
get
in I was living in the trenches then, so I remember.
Let's go!
you remember that corner kick when the ball came through and then Mares smashed it in as if I knew that was exactly what was going to happen. I was heartbroken in that semi. So for me, this is personal. I need us to do what we do
The
best.
heartbreak us
Even
again.
Nigeria and Algeria coming into this one as 4 wins out of 4. I feel like our front nine, good a thing. Our strikers are at, or they have settled their differences, whatever the case is, and then they are firing up front. I see us creating a lot of chances with the likes of Iwobi that we have in midfield. So I I hope that at the end of the day we'll come out on top of this one. But again, the Algerian team, they were tested against DR Congo. They have a very good squad. They're a very good technical team because they move the ball very quickly from one end to the other. And then they have a great manager who is also a very fantastic tactician too. So I feel like they're a very, very solid team. But because I'm a Nigerian, with players like, I mean, my only concern will be in Bali, who I sometimes have worries about our goalkeeper. But at the end of the day, we have very good defenders in Calvin Bassey. We have great midfielders in Iwobi. And
Iwobi
then
has been
Akko
very
Adams is also doing
fantastic.
a very good job. So I feel like
And
at the
Lookman
end of the
also.
day, our work through the midfield and our strikers performing up front, I see us winning this one. Tight game, but I see us coming on top in this one. So I see Nigeria
Scoreline.
winning this one by 2 goals to 1.
Okay.
So
Anyway,
yeah.
both games.
Okay, I'll start with the Nigeria Tunisia game. Sorry,
Algeria.
Algeria game. And it's going to be a very difficult, very, very difficult match. But the reason I would, of course, predict Nigeria to win is because number one, I'm a Nigerian and I will always defend my country. Then, but football wise, I would say Iwobi has been very, very spectacular. I
I
don't
agree.
know. I don't know the spirits that come upon
It's the
him,
Niger spirit.
Spirit of Okocha. You mean
but
it's Okocha cousin?
I just hope I hope he continues against Algeria. He has
You
been
wanted to link him to Arsenal, abi? Maybe the spirit of Arsenal because of the former Arsenal player.
so
The
he
guy has
has
actually improved since, like,
Yeah,
he's not that kind of player that leaves a big club and then declines.
yeah
Yeah, he moved up.
yeah.
he has improved, and I would say in AFCON, I think Lukman actually plays better than Osimhen. I don't know. Like,
He's been doing
of
better.
course, Osimhen is the poacher, is the one that wants to always score the goals. Lukman still
Lookman
has
plays in 10. He's playing 10 for us, right?
um
Yeah,
he
place
plays
like Moses
10,
Simon side,
yeah,
they
wing.
alternate
Ah,
both
okay.
of them.
Okay,
Mm.
okay,
So
okay.
Lukman has also been very, very good. Akko Adams, I hope he's back in the camp.
He traveled to see his mom
Yeah,
at the hospital.
yeah,
Yeah.
because one the last game after he scored, he was interviewed and he said something along the lines that he dedicated his goal to his
His mom.
mom, and I hope his mom is fine because I don't think it will affect his game, but she needs to be fine.
Yeah, of course, of
But she needs
course.
to be fine because he also played very, very, very
He's
well.
a very solid player.
He played very well. So I see Nigeria winning. I'm just scared of our goalkeeper.
Nwabali.
Oh, Baba.
I pray he doesn't play with the ball, because if you watch that last game, he also almost cost us a goal when I guess someone nodded the ball or someone played a shot and he wanted to play with the ball, and it was just fortunate there was no striker in front of him to just mount a little bit of prayer. But I hope he does well. And Hopefully, this doesn't go to penalties. But I see Nigeria edging Algeria full time 2-1 Nigeria. Then Egypt, Ivory Coast. I'll still go with I'll go with Egypt, honestly, because um, Ivory Coast, their last game, Ahmad, of course, was spectacular. He played really well, a goal and assists, and he played well. But I will go with Egypt. Egypt, um, hmm, Egypt 1-0 win.
Okay. Shola, Algeria, Nigeria, Egypt, Ivory Coast. What are your thoughts?
Ooh, Algeria, Nigeria. I think, like I said, Iwobi has been fantastic, and I think that that's also perhaps maybe not. It's a good thing, but at the same time, it's now obvious that the engine of that team is Iwobi, and any observant coach of the opponents would
Would want to
should do
laugh
something
about.
would do something about that. Yeah,
Mm,
that's something to do something about. I feel
true.
like if you chain Iwobi, you've
If
sort
you chain
of.
him.
I feel like if you chain him, if you're able to contain him, I feel like you've already contained that Nigerian team. And because Iwobi is like, it's almost as if he's in his prime right now, and the passes are just like
Yeah,
flowing like, I don't know, the vision, the
Xavi-esque.
accuracy.
Xavi-esque
Yeah.
passes.
So that's actually my fear. And as funny as this might sound, right? Zidane, his son, is the goalkeeper of Algeria.
Algeria.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
was like, if I'm
He
a
wa-
coach, if I'm a fantastic coach, and my son is actually in the national team, I'll probably put a call through to the manager of their team that, this is what you should do. This is how you should do it against this Nigerian team. They could get some tips, from Zidane, whether informally or formally. I believe that we are also
I don't think
like,
Zidane has anything. Zidane doesn't have anything on Nigeria, does he? No. So
you mean like he doesn't have anything against Nigeria?
he doesn't have anything on us to offer the Algerian team.
You never know. This is a
Well,
coach that has won
okay.
like 3 championships,
Okay.
But that's
Okay.
just like on a lighter mood. I was just thinking
Yeah,
about it.
yeah,
Like
no,
if I have a son in the national team and I'm a very good manager, I will put a call through to the manager. I will say, you know what, finish Iwobi. Just get like, just crowd that midfield. If you crowd that midfield, and he's
true.
not able
I
to
agree.
breathe, he doesn't have breathing space, then he's going to be frustrated, and you never know. And if Iwobi is actually frustrated, I think it's going to affect us.
Yeah, brilliant.
I
Yeah.
feel
The
like the
another
Agree.
game will be won and lost from the wings. Those both fullbacks.
I think Iwobi is the engine of that
Personal
team.
opinion.
Even that,
Iwobi is the engine of that
even
team.
if you bring
He's the
in
one
Moses
like Iwobi is
Simon,
just like right now. He's just
He
he just has
controls the
that.
tempo,
He
the
just
tempo of
controls the
the
tempo. He controls like that. And to be honest, I'm really happy for him considering last
yeah,
AFCON, like
yeah.
people are abusing him that
it
he's a
was the it
model
was
of
the scapegoat.
footballer. Yeah, it was like the scapegoat. And to come out of that and then to be fantastic for both club and country. He's doing it also with Fulham.
Yes,
Against
Yeah,
United,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
see what this guy did, it was
true.
just he overshadowed Bruno.
Yeah,
He overshadowed Bruno in that match. So I feel so another advantage that I think the Algerian team that they may have is that they've played DRC, a very solid, defensively
It's a
solid
defensive
team,
team.
and they won Wan-Bissaka out. Their goal was actually as a result of an error from Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So for them to actually wear him out, we all know that Wan-Bissaka is like a spider. You can't get past him. For
But
them
Bruno
to
is
wear
also a
him
very
out,
good defender.
who?
Bruno is also very
Okay,
good too.
but I feel like their coach is a great tactician, especially in games.
I
That
mean,
was
North
Yeah.
why.
African teams
North African
generally are
teams, they
known to
are
be
generally are
tactical.
very
They're known to be
they
tactical.
play free flowing football. They play
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah.
football. I think same for West Africa as well. We like this
So
fanciful football, not
yeah,
so
yeah.
physical, just dribble and pass and score, free scoring. But I think the fact that they've played like past 90 minutes, Nigeria we've not played any game past 90 minutes, and to
Yeah.
Yeah,
be
yeah.
honest, it's different. 120 minutes of games is different for even though they're professional
Different.
players, right?
That could
It's
have
actually
only happened
different.
once, anyways, but it didn't.
But it didn't, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that gives them a bit of an edge physically and also mentally. And also, the way they won that match, there were a lot of when they scored against DRC, there was some sort of like a mocking of that man that was
Yeah, that
standing
man
up
that
and stuff
stood
like
this way.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
they
yeah.
got like a lot of bad press and they handled it very well. They invited him to their camp, they apologized. It just shows that they are very serious. They don't want anything that will
I think that
affect
would
them
be
psychologically, and create some sort
unlike
of
some people that don't
enemy.
want to pay.
Unlike some people that are owing, unlike some people that are owing their own.
Comfortable
Yeah,
with bad
yeah.
press. They are okay
So
with
what do you
that
think the
one.
scoreline? What do you think the scoreline would be?
So for me, this I think this would be the first real test for this Nigerian team. And of course, I have bias towards my country, right? And I also think, no doubt about
I think that
about
we
it,
are
we
very
have the
good. We're a very
players.
good
We are
team.
very
Yeah,
good. We have the
we're a
crop of
very good
players
team.
to match them, aura for aura, Egusi for Egusi, Efo for Efo. You know,
At
Jollof
full
for jollof.
yes,
jollof
And
for
those on the
jollof, football
bench,
for
and those on
football.
the bench too are actually good.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah,
have we
yeah.
have good players on the bench as well. Yeah,
Yes. And also, even if
very
they try
very
to
well rounded team.
cramp Iwobi, we still have Onyeka in the midfield doing,
There's
Dika
Ndidi.
doing magic
Jose
and,
can still come on and do
yeah.
magic. You
There's
So I
also
would say,
this guy who has played more like a wing back. What's his name? This Fulham guy. This Fulham boy that just joined Fulham.
Chukwueze.
Chukwueze, who plays more
Yeah,
like I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know if it's wing. I don't know what he's playing, but I
And
know he's
also have
playing really
Moses
well.
Simon
Whenever
that
he's
can also we have the bench, we have good first 11, we have the bench is solid. I mean, I'll give it to Nigeria 2-1. I'll give it
okay,
to Nigeria 2-1. And I
Ivory
pray it
Coast.
doesn't get past 90 minutes.
I
But
hope
if
so
it
too.
does get past 90 minutes, then this might be a Nigerian win. I'm so sorry to say. But I hope it doesn't get past 90 minutes.
Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast will win Egypt. We have a tired Salah who has not been firing for Liverpool as much. And although he has been fantastic in AFCON, but they struggled against Benin. And
Having to go
they've
for extra
they've
time.
even in the group stage just like 1-0, you know,
know,
1-1, so they are not like prolific as such, right? And we have Ivory Coast, we have Hamad, the star boy, who has racked up about I think four man of the man of the match awards in AFCON already. He's had I
you have
think
their
really,
mandate that's also cooking.
yeah, fantastic
Wait, that
goals. He
guy
has
from
had assists.
Effingham as well.
Yeah,
So
they have KC. And let's not also forget that because they are the defending, they are the champ, they are the
yeah,
current
yeah,
holder
Defending champions.
also.
yeah.
Yeah.
Their
So
defense is not bad either, in my opinion.
They're
Like
also a very
exactly.
good team, actually.
They are a
players
very
like
good
Solid
team.
team.
And they have a
Kadu,
fantastic
Zulu,
goalkeeper. They have a fantastic goalkeeper
yeah.
as well.
So
And the
scoreline.
midfield is solid. Scoreline for me, I think Ivory Coast will blow Egypt over convincingly. I think
Convincingly.
Ivory Coast will deal with Egypt convincingly. Like let's say
Okay.
2-0, 3-0.